nurse. I've been doing that for about 8 years now. And now I'm here. It's been about 6 months. So I've actually learned a bit about more of the importance of finance. I never thought I would get into finance at all. I always thought I was going to be a nurse because I actually wanted to be a nurse in high school. And I knew it was something I always wanted to do because I wanted to help people. And I got that gratification from just helping others. But as I started getting kind of stuck in the nursing, I kind of lost my passion there. And I was introduced actually 5 years ago, but I fell off track. I was doing all kinds of things with my money, just spending it because it was new, it was fun, and I liked it. And all I thought was, I'm young, I have time, I still have time to save later on. I'm just gonna hang out, use my money, spend time with friends, because I really liked that, right? But I realized that I wasn't going anywhere 5 years later, and that my progress in life, I didn't become a nurse practitioner. It was hard for me to get into the RN program, so I just stayed as a licensed vocational nurse. But now that I'm here, I actually realize the importance of long-term care. And I've seen like my residents complain about the costs, and I didn't look at that at first. I just thought about their health because that's all I was focused on, is people's health. And now that I'm here, I can better prepare people to plan for long-term care. And I would say almost everyone here would probably need long-term care. And it's very important for any of us if we want to be comfortable in life, because without long-term care, you kind of have to go through life blindly, and you would decline, and you would have to suffer so many different things that we don't realize until we get there. And when we get there, it might be too late. So I want to highlight a bit about how important this business is. And one of the many great things about this business is that we get to work alongside successful and large people in this business. And all it costs is just your time and your attention. So I want to bring up this person. He has been, I guess, I heard, is a rising leader in Canada. And he's going to talk about something very important that I still struggle with sometimes. And I need to figure out how to build my list as well. So I want to bring up here Vin Lee. He's going to talk to us about building our share list.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Neil, for the kind introduction. It's wonderful to be here with you guys today. I want to appreciate Tony for inviting me to train. I've let him know that I am in the middle of traveling to build the team right now. I pretty much live at the airport. We have a very fast growing team, and we are really working on building leaders in multiple locations right now. But I know we're on limited time today. Just to share my screen here, my topic that my brother Tony had given me was building the share list. And just so you guys know, I started in the business 6 years ago. I'm 31 years old. So I started here at a very young age, 24, 25 years old, and not really having what you would call the right market or people that would be interested or mature enough to take what we do seriously. And so when I talk about building this share list, I really want to highlight a couple of things here, which is building the share list mentality. I always feel that, I don't know if anybody here has felt some kind of struggle when you're asking your trainee to do the share list, that they're very hesitant. Has anybody experienced that before? I think pretty much all of us have. And I think that this is a very common and shared problem, because it's a lack of, I would say, mentality between the trainee and the trainer, as well as articulation from the trainer to the trainee. And so I want to go over a couple of things today in how I feel we can help shift the trainee's mindset to be able to be excited and really looking forward to build the share list. And so one thing that I like to articulate to the trainee is that the success of our system is built on the trust the trainee has with their market and the credibility and the competency that the trainer has to serve the trainee's market. In other words, the more trust that the trainee has with their associations and the more competent the trainer is to serve that trainee's associations, the more successful our business is going to be. I always mention to the trainee that we should not over promote products or the business. How many people have heard their trainee say the wrong thing and they burn some of their associations and some of their market? I think we've all seen that before, right? And usually where does that come from? They emphasize too much on what? The business, or they emphasize too much on the product. They get a bit too technical. So what I like to explain and articulate to our trainee is that you're simply inviting people to learn valuable financial education from your trainer who is more capable to serve your prospects in the meantime while you are still learning. This is very crucial. I know a lot of us on the call know this today, but the problem is our trainees don't know this. Is that true? So we all know this, and the reason why our trainees don't know it is because our articulation is sometimes off, and we don't duplicate how to articulate this to the team. And so the sooner the trainee knows this, the better off that they'll be in building the share list. So I explained to the trainee that the benefit of this is that you can start helping people before you know how, or before you know how to present or get licensed. And so by leveraging the trainer to help your prospects, this provides the trainee invaluable live training experience. You know what I tell my trainees? I say, how much would you pay to get live training experience from successful people in your business? Would you agree that people pay thousands or tens of thousands of dollars for that? Hey, how about you get it for free? You book a call, you book an appointment, you book a home BPM, you watch me do it, and you take notes. This is going to accelerate your learning, build momentum in your business, as well as increase the likelihood of referrals that are no longer restricted to your war market or personal associations. Has anybody heard their trainees say, what happens when I run out of people, right? Or they say, or even worse, they say, I ran out of people. Is that correct? Well, my belief with everybody that I work with is that they'll never run out of people if we do a great job with the people who they know, because everybody knows somebody. And once those individuals start to refer, this allows the business to no longer be this restricted to just who they know, but allows for a limitless or unlimited market to be opened up because the trainer is providing a great experience with the prospects that they will be inclined to share with others. And so a lot of people, we also deal with that objection. The trainee says, well, let me wait till I get licensed, right? Let me wait till I get licensed. Well, the thing is, they're not able enough to provide a good enough experience that their warm associations will refer. And so that's the job of the trainer. We need to explain this so that the trainee feels comfortable in opening up their market to you. You guys follow me? And so a great strength of our business, I mentioned to the trainee, is we don't hold any inventory for our financial products. Is that true? We don't have a garage full or a warehouse full of insurance policies or investment accounts. I explained that the main inventory that you need is a list of people that you'd like to provide help through with our financial education campaign. And that costs us nothing at all. Is that right? Other businesses, restaurants, you got to buy ingredients, retail, you got to buy clothes, you have to have inventory. And if you don't sell that inventory, you have a loss. Here, it costs you nothing to make a list, just some time and some effort. And so by leveraging your trainer, it provides you momentum, as I mentioned, okay? And so what I mentioned to my trainee is have a startup mentality, right? I tell them to write this down. Have a startup mentality. A lot of people, they come into this business like a side hustle mentality. Is that true? And so the side hustle mentality is, well, let's see if it works out. The startup mentality is, I have to make this work out, right? How many people would like their trainer to have the second mentality? Not, let me see if this works out, but it has to work out. I have to do everything I can to make this business work out. And so I asked them the question because I believe the quality of not just our business, but our life is dependent on the quality of questions we ask ourselves and those around us. A big part of that being our team. I asked them, imagine you were opening a restaurant and you wanted to invite people to the pre-grand opening of your restaurant. Who would you invite to get a feel for the food that you'd be serving and the environment of your restaurant? Who would you be excited to share your new venture with? You know what they tell me? Everybody. right? If they're Vietnamese, hey, open up a Vietnamese restaurant right now. Wouldn't you agree? If somebody wanted Vietnamese food, they better eat at your restaurant. Yeah, so what you need to do naturally is you got to share it with everybody. Let them know that you're in business. You're starting that restaurant. It's the same thing you have to do here. If somebody's going to get financial advice, if somebody's going to get financial help, guidance, financial strategies, solutions, you ought to think that they better do it with you because that's your business now, right? We give them that sense of ownership, but that's going to come down to how we articulate it and how convicted we are to what we're saying. I also asked everybody this. Imagine you were to have a wedding or an anniversary if they're already married. Approximately how many people do you think you can invite to your wedding or anniversary if there was no limit on space and no limit on finances? You know what people say? Often it's what? 50 people, 100 people, 200 people. Is that true? And so I asked them that question, and now all of a sudden, I'm already overcoming that common objection we get of, oh, I don't know anybody. I only know 2 people. I only know 3 people. And you get stuck there, right? Well, if you shift their mindset to a wedding or anniversary, man, they're going to invite everybody. And so I explained that our business is people plus care. If you genuinely care enough about people becoming financially educated, you can build a successful business. Because from care comes from this, brings about the sense of obligation. I care enough about people that I feel it's my obligation to share something that's good with them. That's what we want our trainee to get to. We don't want them to feel like they're giving us a suspect list. Oh, here's my worst associations because I don't care what these people think. How many have gone through that before? Right? They give you people that are low identity, or they recruit or prospect down. They don't give you their actual, what we call their chicken list, right? The people they're scared of talking to because they think highly of them, because they don't feel it's their obligation yet. And so what I tell the trainee is, you have clearly experienced the positive impact we make in the lives of others. This is under the assumption, because personally, in my team, I don't encourage people to share yet, not unless they've helped themselves personally, right? They have to do their own PFS. So I assume that they understand the importance because they've already done their personal financial strategy. We can be the reason why families can still go on in the darkest of times when losing a loved one, the reason why people can retire with dignity, the reason why someone's children get the education they deserve, the reason why they have an opportunity to do something they can be passionate about and possibly become financially free. And I'm not lecturing this to my trainee. You know what I asked them? I follow up with? I asked them, how many people do you know right now that if the major income earner is lost, that they would be financially unharmed? I asked them that. And they say, nobody. I think everybody would be financially harmed. Well, guess what? Those people need to go on your share list. I asked them, how many people do you know right now are on pace with retiring at the exact age that they want to, with the exact amount of money that they would like? And they say, I don't know anybody that's on pace. Well, guess what? Everybody you know needs to go on that list. You see, I'm asking these questions to reinforce the mindset and the thinking that's going to serve them. I asked them, how many people right now do you know have children that are on pace to go into school without any debt or any student loan because the parents are saving enough money? Do you know anybody like that? No? Great. That means everybody needs to go on your share list. I also follow up with asking them, how many people do you know right now they're doing something that they're passionate about? I mean that they're losing sleep at night in anticipation of waking up the next morning and going to work because they're so excited about what they do. And if they do their job well enough, that they can actually become financially free. How many people do you know have that life? And you know what they say? Very few, if not any at all. And so I'm positioning these questions to leave the trainee with ultimately no choice but to feel that they need to share this with everybody. That's the type of business, that's the type of mindset I would like to instill into my trainees, and I hope everybody here would like to do. And so here's another thing I mentioned to the trainee. I say, we make a difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars in people's future, if not millions of dollars with our education and opportunity. Who agrees with that? You know, I think sometimes we sell this business so short, Tony, that our freaking trainee is scared because we undersell what we do. So if we undersell what we do, how much more do they undersell it? But if we over communicate, we over articulate, we overemphasize the difference that we make, now they can meet us a little bit closer to where our level of articulation is. You see, I say when we open up a financial strategy, an insurance policy, instantly their estate value is hundreds of thousands of dollars more. Instantly, their family is okay if they lose their health. And if nothing happens, likelihood of them having hundreds of thousands or millions if they save enough is going to be there. And I explain this to them to get them more excited. I say, you know what? If I wasn't on somebody's share list, then my family wouldn't have been helped. And you and your family may not have been educated either. One share list can start the ripple effect to help millions of families. You know, I like to tell stories. I tell the story of our head coach, Swan. What if somebody didn't put coach on their share list? Can you imagine? That's over 36,000, 37, 39,000, I think, licensed agents today that don't exist if somebody didn't put coach on their share list. Just imagine that. And because of that share list, almost 100 people now make a 7-figure annual income, right? Our coach's business is doing about almost $700 million in paid commissions a year. Makes up more than 50% of WFG because somebody put him on their share list. And from here on out till the end of time, because of that, it's an unstoppable ripple effect that just can't be stopped. You know, I share stories like that so that they see the importance. They're not shaking when they do their share list. In fact, they're like, I've got to do this faster. And so I also, I share the importance of proving to people by numbers that we help people make money by building, protect their money. Because you know what? A lot of people in our business, they're scared of sales. Is that true? They don't want to feel like they're selling somebody anything. I articulate very simply to our trainer. I say, you know what? Here's some statements because we should show them what results we get for our clients. And I show them, I said, look, this is a client of mine that since over the last 5 years, they've been investing with us, have earned over $53,000 on their investment. Just an example. You know, while most people are making less than 1% in the bank, their average rate of return between all their funds and diversified portfolio is double-digit returns. Of course, that depends on the risk tolerance and all that good stuff. But all I'm saying is that we need to build an indestructible belief in our trainee. They need to believe in our products. They need to believe in our strategies. They need to know that every conversation they have with somebody is making that individual more rich and not making them more poor. We don't leave people with a bill that makes them poorer. Not a subscription to Netflix, not a subscription to Amazon Prime. No, we leave them with a deposit that's gonna make their money worth more, whether it be right now or in the future. That's the type of belief I wanna instill in the trainee. I also show them, statement that I practice what I preach, that we're not here to do something for a client that we don't do ourselves. You know, I use these statements to back up what I'm saying to the trainee. I show them, look, this is an example of a policy that I opened up 6 years ago. I have 3 now, but this one I put $500 a month. If I die, I'm covered $1 million. If I get critically ill, I'm covered $100,000. If nothing happens, my interest credited is way more than what I'm paying for my insurance. So my interest is paying for it anyways. You know, this excites them. Hey, this doesn't have to be in the same meeting, but at some point in time, they need to see this. Do you guys agree with that? They need to see that objectively we make the right difference in people's lives. And when they know that, you don't have to force them to make a share list anymore. And so I explain that in closing here, you don't have to get it right all the time, but in this business, even if you get it right a few times, you can truly change your life and many others for generations to come. In fact, we all know we're one recruit away from changing our entire life. You know, I encourage them, don't worry about what people's responses are. Some will do something, some won't. Who cares? Okay? At the end of the day, we just want them to feel good about what we do. And they'll make an educated decision if they're the right person. So one of the sayings that I have here, because I have to wrap up, is some will, some won't, so what, someone's waiting. Okay? Somebody doesn't do anything. If you're looking for somebody, somebody's looking for you. And so I also articulate to the trainee that our business is the best product. Okay, I know we talk about financial strategies. We want to help people manage their money. But you know what? The best product out there is our business. And our trainee has to believe that. You know, because somebody put me on their share list, Tony. Okay, because somebody put me on their share list. We have licensed agents in Ontario, in Alberta, in California, in Colorado, in Illinois, in New York. We built an SMD, 2 MDs in New York, an SMD, 3 MDs in Illinois, an MD newly promoted in Texas, an MD newly promoted in California, and I'm Canadian, okay? But because somebody put me on their share list, we've now educated, as shown by these red squares here, clients in over 30 different states and provinces combined. Because somebody put me on their share list, we get pay cycles all the time in US and Canada combined. People in my team, I'm more proud of the fact that my team is making money than the money that I make. Yeah. I'm proud of the fact that I've been able to enable Canadians to make US dollars, which is like 40% more while living in Canada. I'm proud of the fact that my US team doesn't have to worry about not knowing the products in Canada, that they have competent trainers that they can leverage to build their team in Canada, and we get a ping pong effect. I'm proud of the fact that we have a consistent business, a volume-based business, not a flash in the pan, big sale, we don't get paid for the next month type of business. I'm proud of the fact that this business allowed me to create powerful associations, a diversified team with people from the Latino community, the African community, Asian community, Caucasian community. I've got so much diversity in my team because somebody shared this business with me, because I have something important to talk about, no matter what somebody's ethnicity is, no matter what their professional background is, no matter what their belief system are, or who they want to be president. Everybody needs a financial education. So when we share from that perspective, to me, somebody should be asking me, hey, who else should I put on this share list? In fact, they should be doing the share list without me having to ask them. That's the type of belief we need to instill in our trainees. So that's all I've got for today. I hope that helps people in articulating what to communicate to their trainees to help them get to the same level of thinking, if not somewhere close to where we are today. And I think we can build a lot stronger than that. Thank you, guys. My name is Vin Lee, and I'm excited to be WSB. Take care.
Wow, Vin Lee, what an amazing training. Honestly, that is very impactful. That changes so many people's lives, just knowing that if you just include all of the people that you know, and it's true. I opened up an Etsy shop and I told everybody that I'm selling shirts. What do you want? What can I make you? So if I can just do this and let everyone know that we're doing this to help you in finance. And we want to tell that to the whole world, because it impacted me when I first found out, not at the beginning of course, but I came back and it still stuck to me. And it brought big meaning to my life. So if it brings me meaning, I can share that and bring it to other people as well. So it does make that ripple effect. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Vin. Good job. And I want to bring up this next person that's going to introduce, that's going to present to you. He was a previous engineer in his lifetime. His wife was a nurse and started the business 2 years when he came in. At first, she thought it was a scam, but now he's GX11 and he's gone so far now in this business. So I want to introduce Saludes. He's gonna teach about GX.
All right.
Really focus.
Thank you. Can you see us? All right, we're here in Bakersfield. Good evening. How's everybody doing? All right, the first order of business is before you sleep tonight. Oh, this is the camera right here. Before you sleep tonight, make sure you send a message to the one who put you on the sharing list. I think, honestly, thank them that you're experiencing all this blessing because somebody put you on a sharing list. And actually, for me, I need to thank my wife, my sexy wife right here. You're all right, cool. So, yeah, she put me on her sharing list. She has no choice. And then my second question is, I'm not so sure who handled the schedule. Who put me after Ben? That's my question. Very good training, Ben, my friend Ben. Thank you. How can you train after him? But in Trainers Academy, Ben, they told us the best way to learn is to teach. So I know for sure, for tonight, the two people that I know that would learn a lot from tonight is basically you, Vin, and me. Because we were given the opportunity to share, so we don't want to share cheap. We want to prepare and really learn a lot. So again, my name is Saludes. Thank you, Neil, for that kind introduction. So what I'm going to do, the topic that I want to discuss right now is about GX. There's a lot of important letters in the alphabet. But right now, what I'm going to share are just the two letters with is GX. So if I may share my, oh, hold on. If I may share my screen. All right. So clean my desktop. So yes, my name is Saludes from the Bakersfield Financial Center. Welcome to the West Coast region of our Wednesday training. So my topic would be a GX Daily Focus. But before I do that, right now, when I look at my calendar, actually we are actually around 3 weeks after the great G24, right? So G24 is done. Very very happy with the things that we experienced here. And then when I look at this, because this is the one that I shared with my team, selling G24, and actually friends and family, I got really, especially for the first timers in my team. They actually, some of them actually told me I undersold the big convention because they really really experienced it well, more than what it says here on the green book. And we all know that G24 is all about GX. The discussions that we did, the awarding, the recognitions, they're all about G24. So GX still is the name of the game. And then since we are also talking about 3 weeks after, you can take a look at this as in the next 30 days or of August, or basically the last 3 weeks, and that would be our 30-day relentless. But are we still building on excitement, or are we now building on inspiration? Right now, I want to build both. For people who still have that excitement after 3 weeks, yes, great, do that. Use that super energy. But for those people, maybe they had some challenges or whatever things happened in the last 21 days, you know what? We can now build on inspiration. And when I was looking at this afternoon, and also remembering what we did yesterday in the WSB Tuesday Freedom Call, I can actually say that I really want to build and help a lot of family and make a difference. I want to highlight Alejandra and my friend Kwangku being recognized yesterday morning. Man, those guys are making a big difference with the way we recognized them yesterday. And of course, that's just the thing. Excitement, inspiration. You know what? I'm gonna use both in terms of like building GX. So this is one of the things also that we kind of talked about every time we have a big event like that. Is yes, 17 days have passed away. That's part of the last 30 days. Or you can use August 1 to the whole month of August for the 30-day relentless. I don't care, as long as you have something that you will change and something that has a definite time. Why? Because we want to develop a winning habit that lasts a lifetime. Vin shared. I thank you, Vin, because I have more than a few. I have more than a few people who just passed their test. They're still training associate here, and you're sharing of being able to create that list to be able to expand that financial education really help a lot. I'm sure it helped a lot them tonight. And why do we want to do that? Because at the end of the day, we want GX. We want GX. So I kind of pulled out different concepts, different mentalities from the new book that we have, and this is what I'm trying to say and do also in terms of like the 30-day relentless. So focus number one. This is something that's new to me. Normally, before when I plan my day after my cup of coffee in the morning. But when I kind of look at this, and the heading is one result a day, coach told here, by the time you go to bed, if you don't know what you're doing tomorrow is already lost. That's why the title for my daily focus number one is tonight is the start of tomorrow. If you would start your tomorrow morning, it says here, tomorrow is already lost. And I actually didn't was able to connect this initially. One of the advice or concepts that we teach people is people don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. And I think as a builder, or I'm talking for me, you know what? Yeah, that's true. There are days that basically I just fail to plan. I don't plan to fail in business. I want to earn money. I want to help a lot of people. I want my team to also elevate. But the thing is, if I fail to plan, that would really be a bad start of my day. So the first thing is, yes, let's plan, and planning for tomorrow starts tonight before we go to sleep. I'm gonna have some more sharing on that later on. And it says here, having a clear goal, and this is really specific. Before you plug in your phone charger to go to bed, write down the results you plan to achieve tomorrow. I'm gonna repeat that again with a very thick Filipino accent. Before you plug in the phone charger to go to bed, write down the results you plan to achieve tomorrow. I passed through different time management trainings in the past in my corporate days. And you know what? The way I understood before is I have to plan for activities. I have to open up my calendar. I have to plan for activities, errands, whatsoever. People to call, vendors to call. But when I see this, actually, that what I need to write down are not activities. What I need to write down is what kind of results. How many personal recruit for the team? How many personal points for my GX? How many personal points for this MD and this MD? And how many more GX for this training associate to become an associate by having a GX1? So it says here, for part-timers, one result would do. Either a recruit or a sale. For full-timers like me, minimum is one a day personal. Not one personal recruit, one sale. So when I was looking at this, with the clear target, now I focus on results. And since I heard this months ago from Coach in the webinar and also in some of the private meetings, I said, yeah, it does change my mentality. If my thinking is I need results, then I would just do the prioritize activities that would get me my results. And then on the other extra time that I would have, those are the things that I would just start new activities. So that's daily focus number 1. Tonight is the start of tomorrow. Daily focus number 2 is be the office at 8 a.m. We've been hearing this for the past years. So for part-timers, it says here, this is great. When I saw that for part-timers, yes, you may be at work throughout the day. But you know what? You have break times, you have lunch time that you'll be able to write your goals or your names and appointments. And by the time, you can also use that time to be able to connect with your trainer so that after work, now your business begins. Those are you're using your personal time within your working time to be able to create some results, activities after work. And full-timers, yes, that's basically the expectation, 8 a.m., 1 for personal, 3 on the base. And that's basically daily focus number 2. Wake up early, go to the office. Daily focus number 3 for me, for GX, is read your emotional goals, meditate, hypnotize. In the previous Trainers Academy, we always hear the word hypnotize your bubble chart. But actually in this book, and I heard that from Coach also from the previous months, that actually before now you hypnotize your bubble chart, it says here, after you read your emotional goals, in my team, I already announced to them, I cannot work with you unless I have a copy of your emotional goals. I need to know where you want to go. If you cannot articulate in writing where you want to go, maybe I'll put you on my 20% of my time. But to be able to be part of my 80% of my time, I need a copy of that emotional goal. So after you got recharged daily, it says here, close your eyes, let your instinct reveal the 5 people in your team who will deliver. They are the most ready and willing. So you haven't really opened up your bubble chart. You are meditating, close your eyes, and truly, sometimes actually sometimes I would remember 6 names, sometimes I would remember 2. Meaning, I still need to master the art of meditation, right? So it's okay. But the thing is, I have this process, I have this system to be able to to create results for that day. And then after that, that's the time that I can open up the bar chart, and it clearly says on our system builder book, you open the bubble chart and find the team members under these 5 people. So I think 5 people, and then when I see the bubble chart, I'm gonna look for their bubble first and see who among them have people also ready and willing and committed to do GX. That's my first 30 to an hour for the daily activity. So daily focus number 3, emotional goal. If you don't have one, you cannot meditate and hypnotize. Check first your emotional goal. Then you meditate and then the hypnotize. And then number 4, and this is together with hypnotizing the bubble chart. Now give assignments. Now I know my different results that I need to focus on, and that would initiate the different activities that I need to do to be able to get the results. Now, how about the rest of the team? Hey, what you doing right now? Hey, yes, I had an appointment yesterday. All right, this is the time to say, how was your appointment? How was the project you're working on? How was the key point person that you're working on? Why do I prioritize that? Because those are the things that would immediately give me results, personally and as a team. Why? Because again, we are focused on results. Focus on results that would bring activities. That would help me become GX. Final focus, start with the end in mind. The reason why we're doing all of these things is why? Because we want results. The R is a recruit, the K is 1,000 points, right? You can have the minimum standard is 315. 3R, 15K. In here, like what I've said before, in my corporate world, we normally manage our activities. You would normally think that if you have activities, you would get results. That's good, but not good enough. Focus on the results, and then we identify the people that would give us that results. Because we only have 24 hours a day. So, final focus is start with the end in mind. So, for trainees, and Ben keep on talking about trainees, the first part of our meeting today. If you are a trainee, you are a training associate, or maybe this is your first, third, fourth, or you're not even licensed yet and you are joining us in this Wednesday meeting, great job, clap to you. But the thing is, maybe most of the things that I said would just go over your head. And it's okay. I have one slide for you. The focus for the trainee is be coachable to your trainer. Be coachable to your trainer. Just follow your trainer. Vince said, what's the number one thing that the trainee would give to his trainer? The sharing list. And for me, I'll just give you visuals of the 3 things that I want my trainee to always work with me. The trainer's guidebook, that's full of a lot of things that we would do together to start up your business. Not to take a look at your business, like Vince said, to start up your business. Now we're gonna use the Saving Your Future slides. It's funny, not really funny, but it's great. The weekend after the G24, I used this. I was able to get 2 recruits. My wife used this a few days after. She was able to get the sale. So Sol, is this slides for sale or for recruit? No, this is for GX. I don't care what you think. Saving Your Future Blue Book is for your GX. That's the beginning with the end in mind. And then of course, we work with activities. So Saving Your Future Fall Summit would be next month. So make sure if you are a trainee, your sharing list would include the people that you would bring into your office in a month or so. September 7th, right? So right now, yes, we are GX11. Actually, we are fall short. I wanted GX12 by July. So, and this is my commitment. GX24, because I know we can, and 500 families. if I think I still have maybe 1 or 2 minutes, I'm gonna share as a builder what's my plan in the next few months to closing 2024, right? Closing 2024 with GX. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my we're sharing. All right, cool. All right, this is a picture of me, September 2025. So in terms of like focus, this is daily results is my focus. But Tony, thumbs up if you can see my Excel spreadsheet. All right, cool. So from here, every block that you would see here, when it comes to like my priority for the month, is what? To be in Titan X. What's my second priority for the month? That I have to have my GX. Hopefully improving per month. My original emotional goal is GX24. So it should be GX12 already. So I fell short of one, but I should be GX24 or sorry, GX12 or 13 by August. And if you see all these activities, that's part of my visual board for the rest of the year. That the common denominator there is GX. Napa is GX. Launch is GX. Hawaii, I was able to qualify Hawaii. Why? Because I was GX24 last year. Titan X in Arizona. I went to Korea with John and Coach. Why? Because I fought for GX. I was GX8 there. GX is my only thing to be able TX. I'll be in New York this month. GX Summit, Turkey. Soiree is GX. I'm already GX3 right now, so definitely I expect an invitations and closing out soiree with GX4, Campaigners Clinic, Hawaii. So all of these things are GX. And sometimes I don't have to really fight for this because if I just do what I need to do in terms of like GX, I should be able to, like, I'm not worried already for Napa. I know I'm gonna drink wine in January because I'm already GX11. GX10 is the minimum standard for Napa. So whenever I see something like this, the only thing here is GX. And to finally share my GX or Titan X, this I just need a minute for this one. I still have 2 minutes. So, sorry. This one. Tony, you can see my numbers, points and recruits. All right. This is a little bit sharing of my journey as a GX and Titan X. Titan X started June of 2020. I think I was invited on the first batch because of my numbers here. But as you can see, 2020, I only have 2 months wherein I qualify for Titan X. And then 2021 came. Now my 2021, I kind of describe it as a switch. On, off, on, off, on, off. Right? I qualify, watch list. Qualify, watch list. Qualify, watch list. A little bit on my base shop, but mostly personal. And then 2022, I think this is the GCEO program. The GCEO is different colored shirts, just recruits. We were able to do that. I only qualified personal, but mainly on the base. But there's no points. We got the recruits, but especially no personal points. And then 2023, where the GX came in, this is the time that I was happy that I was only watch list for 2 months. I never geek out, but the watch list. Now, I guess I got lucky here because I got 2 months wherein I got a bunch of joint on share and some good accounts. Cumulative, GX12, or actually GX14. But I said, no, this is still, what do you call this? This is still not consistent, right? So for this year, this is my numbers. I got 1 fluke month for May, but it's doable. It's hard. It's easy, but we can be GX personal and also Titan X as a base shop. So for me, what's my visual then? GX is the name of the game, personal, but I have to be Titan X and I have to bring a lot of people as GX and Titan X. So my name is Saludes from the wonderful city of Bakersfield. My commitment is I want to contribute to the 30 million by 2030, and definitely I want to be part of the 1,000 that would build 1,000. Thank you so much, and I bring back to the MC. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Woo! Yes. Awesome training, Soul. I really appreciate that. Yeah, people don't plan to fail. We just don't have a plan sometimes. And that's all the stuff that you focused on. The four different focuses was very important because if we're able to write down our goals clearly, we're able to reach it because we can show that to the people that have gone there. And if we just write it down, they can give us a better path on how to get there. So I really appreciate that, Soul. Thank you so much. This is the end of our Zoom meeting. So thank you for coming, guys. And you guys have a good night. Thank you.